tax.
Oh, yes.
You know, when you buy a property and the document is titled, government begin to count their tax.
Yes.
So some owners of land, I've met a lot of people because I'm a surveyor and I really know about these things. I've seen people that have properties and they don't do their title documents because they are avoiding government tax. Now, if you do your title document, actually your money will start counting every year.
Yes.
Your revenue will be counting. But if you don't do it, you stand the risk of opening it's just like an open wound that have not been treated. Okay, it's just open to land grabbers.
Yes, now that's why you
People
see
could come
people drag.
and get the property done in their name and sell and escape.
Wow.
Let me give you an example. There's this story I want to tell you about. There's a survey I did for someone in 2020, around November. I did it, fast track it. I have insiders. The paper came out. They got their paper. They sold it in December to someone else. Someone bought it, sold it to another person. Sometime around February, my secretary called me. Says, Savio, I said, architect Hawa. She was working with me then. Says, Savio, there are some men in your office. I said, which people? Say they are police people. I said, tell them inside they for Wuse too. They say, boss, they want to see you. I said, tell them inside they Wuse too. Wait, now it's like 3:30. And they will be, before I get home, get to the office, I will not meet them. So tell them that you should come back tomorrow by 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock the next day, I called her. Alpha, are they in the office? She said no. I said, when they come, tell them that I've come and I've gone. You understand? So when they came around 30 minutes late, I said, They called me and said to Oga, I did very busy. I don't go. Where be on a station? They told me I went there. It was a scene. In fact, I had to educate the police about landed property. I told them that as all of them are gathered around like this, even generals are doing their papers.
Exactly.
True.
So why do you buy land? They say that land is owned by a former commissioner of police in Abuja. I say, if you like, make it be anything. People that do land crimes, they are rooted. Land is one of the easiest things that will take you to early grave. We are from the soil and we go back to the soil.
Yeah.
So those people have made up their mind that they are going to be earning their living through criminal means. So they are prepared for that. So I told them that, sir, these papers would have been done. Then I asked them a question. When I went to do the survey, there was a security man there. Where's the man? They said the man don't throw away and see himself. The phone has been off. I said, if you are paying somebody 20,000 naira, and I can bet you they sold that land in millions. If they dash the security man 2 million or 3 million naira, because he was there, he was one I went.
Hello everyone, it's Ify here and you're listening to Real Estate Matters, the real-time way. I am so excited to be here because this is the third podcast of Real-Time Breaks and we're going to be talking about the risk and benefits that will determine the returns of a good real estate. So I know real estate is a hot deal because everybody wants to be involved in the real estate industry. If you do it right, you're going to make a lot of money. But if you're not careful, you're going to lose a lot of zeros. So sit down, get your popcorn, and listen to some common answers to your questions. With me here, I have Blessing, the most beautiful realtor I've ever seen, sitting pretty well. Blessing, you're welcome.
Thank you.
And also, Bimbor. Bimbor, you're welcome.
Thank you very much.
And the most amazing consultant, Mr. Mike, you're welcome.
Thank you very much.
And I also have with me one of the best surveyor in Abuja, one of the real estate mogul I know, Surveyor Charles.
I beg you. Hey, voila. Okay.
Yeah, so today is going to be fun and educative. Please, you need to listen to this podcast. All right. So there are a lot of questions people have been asking, especially when it comes to risk and benefits, especially for new investors that want to go into real estate. They want to know what they need to avoid, what they need to do in order not to fall victim of wrong investment. So there are some key indicators that could help in finding areas that could appreciate when you're making your choice of investment. So please, can you throw more light on that?
Okay, thank you very much, Ife, for that question. Real estate is actually it's vast, and when you think of investing, I will say first of all you will need that's why we have people like us here. You need an expert in the field, a consultant or a realtor who can actually help you to navigate your way through making proper or a good investment plan.
Yes.
You don't need to just wake up and jump into making investment. But number one, this thing that I will talk about, one of the key indicators I would like to talk about is talk about economic growth of the area, of the place you talk about employment. Yeah, you talk about employment. You talk about things like infrastructural development.
Yes.
In that area, when you talk about schools, talk about recreational center. When you talk about proximity, accessibility, and all of those, you put all this thing into consideration before you make your investment decision.
Okay.
Because sometimes most investors tend to look at all this thing because they will not want a place where they will be and they will find it difficult to access some of these basic
exactly
needs.
Yes.
Like if the road is not good, they will think about all of this. Is the road good? Can I easily navigate my way? And sometimes the road is even bad. There's this fear of wanting to go to your place of investment and you are stuck on the way, you are attacked, or any of those things can happen. That one is aside. Then talk about proximity. You want your basic need, daily basic need, and all of that. Like people are not even there that can easily serve you or render these services. Like your makeup, like you want to buy things from the shopping mall and all of that. And you don't have all those things.
Yeah.
These are some of the things that some person will want to consider before making investment or before taking a step. But first, don't forget, you need to consult people like us.
Yes,
a consultant.
But sorry, if you ask me, Rex or Blessing, I'll tell you the first indicator you need to, in fact, what you need to know, the first thing you need to know is your paper document. That is very important. If you go and buy land in where they have social amenities, proximity, that, and it does not have title documents, I mean,
nice
you are on your own, or you're on your own. So the first thing I would advise investors out there, you need to check out for the papers.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the title document,
so
very important.
I have this friend of mine that bought a land, I think around Idu. But the papers they gave him, he wasn't sure of the paper. When he wanted to sell the land, the people that went for search, they were finding it difficult because it looks fake. So how do you know which paper is real, which paper is fake? Because these days, you don't know which paper is real.
So let me tell you something. To this question you just asked.
Yes.
Just like Michael said, you need consultants. You need people that are very good in this field to assist you, because you as a person, as an ordinary person, you might not know, you just want to have a land. You have this money, you feel you just, you don't hammer. You want just, so you just have this excitement and you just want to buy a land. You say, okay, this is the land. It's sold for so price. And because you think you have the money, you just go ahead and pay for it. But when you have a consultant, it will guide you. First of all, you need to make search. You go to FCDA, Edges, they will guide you. They will give you a file number. You find out this land, is it really there? Okay, what about the size?
If it's there.
Yeah, what if they tell you this land is 1,000 square meter? And at the end of the day, what is even there on the land is 500. You see? So you need to make these inquiries. Some people don't know. Some people just feel when they have money, they should just buy land. So paper, very important.
We see it's very important to get the vital information, the facts, before you go into your investments. If not, they go scam you. This is Abuja. Okay.
You said there was something she said about risk in real estate investing, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
So this risk thing, in everything we do in life, we have risk and benefits. And to me, I feel to make a bold step that will stand on the face of the earth, we must have to take risk. Even giving birth is risky.
Life all about life is risk.
Growing is risky
Yeah.
and everything. So in investments, in real estate investing, I think you should think about, there's some people that are scared of tax. You know, when you buy a property and the document is titled, government begin to count their tax.
Yes.
So some owners of land, I've met a lot of people because I'm a surveyor and I really know about these things. I've seen people that have properties and they don't do their title documents because they are avoiding government tax. Now, if you do your title document, actually your money will start counting every year.
Yes.
Your revenue will be counting. But if you don't do it, you stand the risk of opening your, it's just like an open wound that have not been treated. Okay, it's just open to land grabbers.
Yes, now that's why you
People
see
could come
people drag.
and get the property done in their name and sell and escape.
Wow.
Let me give you an example. There's this story I want to tell you about. There's a survey I did for someone in 2020, around November. I did it, fast track it. I have insiders. The paper came out. They got their paper. They sold it in December to someone else. Someone bought it, sold it to another person. Sometime around February, my secretary called me. Says, Savio, I said, architect Hawa. She was working with me then. Says, Savio, there are some men in your office. I said, which people? Say they are police people. I said, tell them inside they for Wuse too. They say, boss, they want to see you. I said, tell them inside they Wuse too. Wait, now it's like 3:30. And they will be, before I get home, get to the office, I will not meet them. So tell them that you should come back tomorrow by 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock the next day, I called her. Alpha, are they in the office? She said no. I said, when they come, tell them that I've come and I've gone. You understand? So when they came around 30 minutes late, I said, they called me. I said to Oga, I did very busy. I don't go. Where be on a station? They told me I went there. It was a scene. In fact, I had to educate the police about landed property. I told them that as all of them are gathered around like this, even generals are doing their papers.
Exactly.
True.
So why do you buy land? They say that land is owned by a former commissioner of police in Abuja. I say, if you like, make it be anything. People that do land crimes, they are rooted. Land is one of the easiest things that will take you to early grave. We are from the soil and we go back to the soil. Yeah. So those people have made up their mind that they are going to be earning their living through criminal means. So they are prepared for that. So I told them that, sir, these papers would have been done. Then I asked them a question. When I went to do the survey, there was a security man there. Where's the man? They said the man don't throw away and see himself. The phone has been off. I said, if you are paying somebody 20,000 naira, and I can bet you they sold that land in millions. If they dash the security man 2 million or 3 million naira, because he was there, he was one. I went there 3 times before the survey. They opened the door, I did the survey in the land and everything. So they were doing their search, and this land had been sold to 3 people in the space of 2-3 months.
Wow.
That's how fast these criminals can act.
Wow.
So rather than, instead of you to be dodging tax, it is better you do your papers and have these documents in your hands.
Intact. Yeah.
If the land was documented, all those things will not happen.
That's a very
so that risk,
one.
people they call it risk, taxation risk. It's not really a risk. To me, it's foolishness. Then another risk, people are scared of liquidity. Now you have a property, they call you, say, come and buy this land in Wuse 2. No, let's not use Wuse 2. Wuse 2 is big. Let's go to FO1, Kubwa. Okay? Yeah. You buy a property in Kubwa, let's say 40 million naira.
Yeah.
Okay? Now, when you were buying it, you were happy buying it. In fact, you even begged when you were buying it. Because probably 2-3 people are contesting the property with you. And you bought it. And now you say, okay, your son is going to the UK. He needs 70 million naira. You have 30 million already. You want to sell that land 40 million. And people are pricing it 25 million. So that liquidity risk, you need cash sharp. Okay? It's hard for you to sell immediately. And you call it risk. To me, I don't call it risk. Because everything on earth, if you are in a hurry to sell things, the price goes down. Okay? It's just like a lady that is free to everybody. They call her a cheap girl.
Yeah.
Okay? But if you reserve yourself, you keep yourself, you are patient, you are waiting for that right person, you become someone with high price. So liquidity risk in land, real estate banking, or whatever you call it, I don't call it risk. because that is not just a risk. It affects every part of life. If you buy this table for 100,000 naira, and probably because you have landlord issue, you are in a hurry to sell it. Now, someone is looking for this table to buy 150,000 from you or 200,000. But because you can't be patient to look for that person, you are looking for even 50,000 naira. Bro, just give me anything, make I just flinger. You understand? So we call that liquidity risk. You want to turn your asset to liquid cash. But you're in a hurry to do that.
Exactly.
Okay? So it's not a risk. It's, I don't call it risk. So you people talk, I'll come back and talk about the benefits.
Okay. So sometimes I know economics can also be a risk, especially when it comes to investments in properties. So can you say something? How will it affect rentals and value of properties when it comes to economy?
Okay. The economic trend, sometimes it affects the value of property in the market and all of that. And I'll place it in two side way. It can be positive and it can be negative, the economic trend. On the positive side, let me say if there's increase in wages, if there are increase in employment, if there are increase in if people are employed or have something to do, they are not idle.
Yeah.
You see that the rate of houses, the rate at which they go after, the sought after houses is high. You don't have vacant houses that much available for that is not doing any, that is wasting.
That's when population comes in.
Yes. But when there's you are right. But when there's a downturn in the economy, when the economy is not doing well, there's a recession, you tend to have vacant houses. People no longer be able to afford houses. In fact, people will be thinking, how do I feed first, let alone renting a house? So it's going to cut down on the rate of people that are going in for either for investment or for renters or for anything that just have to do with
Yeah, I love what he said. Let me throw more lights into what he was saying. So now this economic factor, right?
Yeah.
Now inflation deals with the economy, right? With the economy of the country. Now this inflation thing affects property so much that once there is inflation, the price goes high in every aspect, both in transport, in feeding, like what we are facing in Nigeria right now. But I bet you, some people are scared of, they see inflation as a risk also in real estate. For example, now you buy a property in Metama for 350 million naira. Okay? Now, let's explain this economic thing first. Now, if you have 10,000, let's say 10 million naira in your account today, with what is happening in Nigeria now, 10 million naira might not be able to buy what is worth 10 million naira today, next year.
Yes.
Okay?
Exactly, yeah.
You have 10 million naira in your account and you put it in the bank. 10 million naira is there. If you want to buy this table, if it's 10 million naira now, next year it might be 16 million naira. Now, your money has gone down. There is an asset that you put that money into, that the inflation cannot affect it. The only thing on earth is land. Okay?
Yeah.
As inflation is hitting the country hard, the price of properties will be going higher. But if you put that money in the bank, it goes down. Okay?
Yeah.
There are some other things. For the first time in the history of this country, vehicles price are going higher. In those days, so this is the first time people are investing in vehicles, which is wrong. In a producing country, you can't find things like that. If you go to the US, if you go to the UK, once this year's cars, but they ship them to Africa, ship them to other countries. But now in Nigeria, for heaven's sake, you buy a car of 10 million naira now. Next year is becoming 18 million naira. That is wrong. A 10 million naira car this year should be 4 million naira next year.
Yes.
So investing in vehicles too are important. But I will always advise people to invest in real estate, land, because land doesn't move. Okay? If you keep a land there, this is your land, it can never ever move.
Yes.
It doesn't reduce, it doesn't diminish.
Yeah.
Okay? You keep the land, the value keeps on going higher. But your car can be stolen.
Yeah.
Your gold can be stolen.
Yes.
So if we're checking the economy, the inflation rate in the country, I think landed property is somewhere we should put our.
Well, I also feel that in the real estate industry, they should create a forum, like create studios, create malls where they can give, especially the upcoming young
Realtors,
ones, opportunity to like be paid. Create employment for other people. Then it will help the upcoming investors.
So add to what she said,
Yeah.
I want to talk about economic growth. For instance, now let's say a tech company like brings an headquarters to another city now.
Yeah.
It's going to lead to it's going to make their workers to look for work, look for accommodation. And it's going to bring rental demand.
Yeah, increase rental demand.
Yes.
As a result of the increased population.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. This also boils down to the current government right now. Our president from the western part of Nigeria, came down to Abuja as the president. I mean, he has to be in Aso Rock.
Yeah.
And we
So
are aware that a lot of followers, they
From
came along with
Ogun
him.
State, from
So
Lagos.
that's
Yeah.
increased because as of 2015, 2016, Abuja was very scanty.
Very.
But right now, you drag roads with people.
Everywhere.
The city is choke. So what do you say about that? That's increasing
Now you
population,
just-
economic factor,
Yeah.
So it will,
Population increase
yes.
really helps in the
Real estate.
real estate factor.
Yeah.
Okay, I remember when Good Luck, to add to what she said, I remember when Good Luck was in power. There was one bachelor's Eve I went to in Metama. I saw a portrait of Good Luck in a very, very big triplex building. Big one from up down. I told my cousin, I said, "Oh, these people, I say Good Luck really help them." He said, "No, not their time." Now South people time. Good Luck was here. It was during Good Luck's regime that a lot of South people came to Abuja.
Yes.
Now, when Buhari came in, check out almost
Fulani outside
Fulani, everybody
everywhere.
they came into Abuja. It's our time. Now, our president Tinubu is in power now. People from the west are coming,
Western,
even
yeah.
from Kwara, Ogun State, Osun State, Lagos. They are all in Abuja now. So the population keeps on increasing.
Yeah.
That's one aspect. Now let's look at the insecurity in the north. Because of people, I'm a surveyor. I like bringing us back to this my survey thing.
Yeah.
There are certain times the more crisis increase in the north, people tend to come to Abuja is the center.
Yes.
People
Everybody.
come. People come. People are coming from the north. The north have a lot of states. They push to Abuja. The population is increasing. Okay? Now, in the east, all they sit at home and some certain things, there are some people that it doesn't go well with them. So they don't feel safe there. Where are they going to? If you can't go abroad, you come to Abuja. So the population keeps on increasing. But you're coming to Abuja now. You can't bring Enugu money to Abuja and become a big man.
No, now.
You can't bring money from Zamfara to Abuja to become a big man. So where do people go to? The satellite towns. So if we're investing in real estate, I think the satellite towns have more advantage on return on investment in a short time than in areas that are already developed, the city center.
That's right.
Okay? If you're buying a land in Metama or in Wusetu, in Asokoro, if you ask, you're hearing 400 million, 500, 600, even 1 billion naira houses are there.
Yes.
But my dear, do you know that if you want to live a lifestyle that you have planned for yourself, we are all human beings. We live once. We want to enjoy it before we go.
Yeah.
So that if you are going to heaven, you're enjoying part 2. In fact, my friends will say people in UK and US, they are living in heaven. And if they go to heaven twice. So if you're on earth in Africa and you have a plan to enjoy your life, my dear, you can plan these things ahead. You have a 10-year, 20 years goal plan. You can go to these satellite towns. Let's say you come from Kano State and you have only 100 million naira. Now you are rich in Kano to have 100 million. But you want your children, your generation, to have a legacy. You begin to plan it. Some clubs, they hire some special players from when they are small and they train them. It takes time. So if you have these properties scattered around the satellite towns, without your 100 million, in the next 5-10 years, my dear, a land in Kubwa that was sold 10 million naira in 2016. 2016 is like 8 years ago, right?
Yeah.
I bet you that 10 million naira land in Kubwa 2016 is going to be almost 100 million naira now.
Yeah.
If you have 10 of them, it's going to be like 1 billion naira.
But wait.
That's your billion.
Don't you think
It's
waiting
taking
for
you to
that
Metama.
8 years is going to be too long? How would you want me to come and invest in Kuba and wait for 8 years when I can just carry that money, add small thing and put in Metama and blow?
Okay. Now, why I'm saying that is that in Metama, you want to live in a house that is over $1 billion. Do you know what I'm saying? This some people got it wrong. They came to this town with this 100 million I'm talking about. Instead of them to do this side investing that I'm talking about, they didn't do it. They brought their money to Metama. The money has finished. Even to live in the Kubwa. You understand? So they enjoyed while their mates were suffering. So when their mates were suffering, they were enjoying. When the time elapsed for the mates to suffer, they now moved to the Metama or the Asokoro or the Wusetu. Now, those your 10 million land that now became 100 million, and you had 10. Now they are over $1 billion naira. Now, if you come to Metama with $1 billion naira, you can buy 2 houses that are worth 1 billion. Give the owners 500 million. Tell them they are going to pay in a very short time. That's what we call house flipping. People do land flipping. Some people do house flipping. I come to Metama. I tell the man, I said, sir, I want to buy this your house. They say, how much? 1 billion. Reduce for me 800 million, right? I have 500 million to give you for this house. I have 500 million for this other house. Now, what I do is that I'm going to look for like 50, 100 million. Pimp these houses. Okay? Take it to 1.5 billion, 1.5 billion. Now, remember, that's your 10 million lands in Kubwa that have been in the pot cooking for over these years. They are done. They are appreciated. You brought them 1 billion in your account. Bring them to Metama. Pimp 2 houses. You bought them 1 billion or 800 million. Pimp them. Sell them 1.5, 1.5. There's a level to this real estate thing.
When I tell you this man is full of wisdom,
so I don't want us to drag too much. But
so I also understand that a particular property you buy can impact your investment. So what kind of property do you think a young investor or somebody that is new into the real estate industry should focus on?
Okay, new. Please, I don't want to be the only one talking. People talk about someone that is new into the business.
Yes.
Now you can go as low as even having properties of 500,000, 1 million naira. We have them in the remote areas that we call remote areas. There are certain things that happen in certain locations that will blow you up. For instance, there are some people that are connected to somebody living in an area, and because of that person, when we are growing up, we had one neighbor that used to be a friend to NEPA or something. Their uncle was a director in NEPA, so but because their mom was living in our area, we were having constant light. When she moved out, we went back to our life of no light. You understand? So because of certain people, we're in Nigeria. Because of Blessing living somewhere, and Informa becomes the minister, okay, you can decide to start all the roads leading to where she stays. Because of one person, certain things happen. It was because of Amechi, them that went to Gusape. That is why Gusape is the way it is today.
Yes.
Now, if you check out, Gusape is the second Metama now. Most of the Alajis, the big men, the Atiku, they are in Metama.
Yes.
They are Amechi, they are Weekend, the rest are in Gusape.
So, you
see, certain things happen because of certain people.
Yeah.
All you need in an environment to flip it overnight, road networks. Okay? Road network is so powerful. Power supply, electricity, so powerful. Security, so powerful.
Yeah,
These are things that you look. Then due diligence, the area is safe, no crime. There are some areas that are prone to crime rate of land grabbers.
You know, some persons will be like, I want to build a bungalow. I just want to have one family. Some will be like, it's better you go for a unit of houses. So, or plazas, so as to get returns. So, these are the kind of property that I think you should get. So,
like when
throw more light on this.
Like,
but let me ask him from
properties.
What he said. You said the person can go to remote area. Did you say that? Because someone like me that want to start up my real estate investments, as I'm a novice, I just want to start. Maybe I have small money. You not tell me to go to remote area. When will the money start? Okay. I will not have that kind of patience. Me, I feel those kind of areas for people that are already developed. People that has the money already, they have other investment. They can just, put the money there and just like, not something like me that is struggling to. You cannot tell me to go to remote area now.
Okay, sorry. Real estate, land generally is something of patience.
That is just
the business is something of patience. And the earlier you start, the better. Okay. If you say because of that place is remote, you leave 2024. It's not enter 2025. You now enter 2026. Those places you are looking at, because you are just starting, your money might not take you there. Not that you won't get there one day, but that time that you have left, There are some properties that you are supposed to buy for 1 million naira. As you leave it 1 year, it now enter 2.5. You leave it on, so now it now go to 10 million naira. But the areas that are already high in the central business district, around the city center, those areas that are high already, their return on investment doesn't go so fast. The houses in Metama and Sokoro and Wuset, all those empty lands there, they are very few. They hardly exceed 300, 350. They have been 300, 350 million for the past 10 years. But areas that were 2 million, 5 million, 3 million, they are increasing so fast. Because when people move into a new town, you can't come from Kano and you want to go to Metama. You can if you have the money, but few. Yeah. What is the rate percentage? What's the percentage rate? Okay. We have people that are rich, but how many? If we have 1,000 people coming from Kano every week, 1,000 people coming from the east every week, 1,000 people coming from the west every week, those 3,000 people can't move to the city center. They can only move to remote area. I'm just calling them satellite towns.
Yeah.
They are not bad. Okay. You can invest in those areas. And the population in those areas keep on increasing because that is where people go to when they come into Abuja. This is the same thing happening in Lagos. The same thing happening in Anambra. The same thing happening in Asaba. Okay? These satellite towns, Ogun states, I'm calling boundary cities now, boundary towns to great cities, to bigger cities, okay? So now, if you invest in those areas, because the population tends to increase, population is a massive thing to look at in investing in real estate. The more the population, it drives inflation.
Inflation, that's true. That's true. And that's to say.
So that's it. So please start early. If you have the money, start.
That's the keyword. Start early.
I was writing a signature on a property for some people, and I discovered that they bought it how many million. In fact, let me just take you to one this thing because time is going before we round up. Now, you know that there is a family I did a survey for somewhere in Nyanya by the Express. They bought, far.
It's far.
You understand?
I'm just trying to picture New
So now
right
imagine
now.
they bought that land.
That's inside.
Yes, inside. In year 2000. That's 24 years ago.
Wow.
They bought the land 18,000 naira. 18,000 naira. Igbo boys, yes. 4 brothers. Their father is dead. The children, they have gone far. They have graduated, gone to university, travel out, come back. They're doing business. One is going to China, doing phone. One is in Banex. They're doing very well. Their father is dead, but their mom stays there. She's old now. Now the road is by the express. The land is by the express. You get. Now, because their mom is old, they don't want her to live there. It doesn't allow her to rest well. She doesn't sleep well. You know, once 4 a.m. cars have started moving. Okay. So they wanted to take her somewhere inside. I'm talking to you 2021, after the COVID. When I did the survey, we have like 4 sets of people that want to buy it. FCMB was the highest. Do you know how much they were pricing that land? 122 million naira.
Wow. That's massive.
The brothers, one agreed to sell. The other one said they should wait till the next year. My dear, that land now, I don't know whether they have sold it because I've forgotten that their matter. Different, like 4 people wanted to buy it. People will keep on coming. It's on a commercial location. Okay? It's on the road, on the express. Okay. FCMB wants to buy it. It's facing Union Bank. But I don't know how they ended it, but I know that they were still dragging. They were still talking about, okay, one of the brothers said that if it's 150,000, then dollar was not this bad.
Are you saying we should watch out for more of commercial properties that are residential?
Good. Commercial too is good.
Okay.
It's good. Commercial is good. Because, commercial use it to make money now. So the prices are always higher. Wow. Okay, residential too. If you're looking at residential area, if you're investing in real estate, residential area, is it a serene environment you want for your children? Is it a crowded place you want for your children? Remember, crowded environment is not bad. The more populated an area is, the more the price tends to go higher. But there are some serene environments also. No, serene environments have levels.
Have levels.
Metama is a serene environment. Asoko is a serene environment.
Yeah.
They will still have some other satellite towns. In Kubwa, we have serene environment. In Kuje, in Gwagwalada, we have. Yeah. So we can't compare their prices anyway. But now, let's use Maraba as an example. Maraba is overpopulated. So much crowd and all that. But trust me, because of the population there, the price is high. In Abacha Road, in 2019, you could get properties of 8 million naira, 7 million naira. I'm telling you in Abacha Road. Now, my dear, you can't get it 50 million naira. It's not possible.
50 million naira.
You can't get it. Now, in Life Camp, you can get 30 million. But somebody living in Life Camp is looking down on somebody in Abacha Road because Abacha Road is too crowded, too rowdy.
Yes.
Life Camp is serene. You want a serene environment for your children. But if we are talking about investing in money, we're talking about money, inflow.
Yeah.
You're leaving a legacy for your family. You know, in real estate, we have financial part benefits, non-financial benefits,
yes.
rental benefits, flipping benefits. We have so many benefits. If you want to talk about real estates, we are not going to leave this list. But
It's not about having all these houses. So most investors cannot effectively manage the cost of these houses. So what would they put in place in order to like manage their properties well? When it comes to you mentioned something. I think I didn't hear facility managers.
Well, like facility manager, there are different things that you can put in measures that you can put in place to be able to adequately manage your property.
Because you know it's also a risk.
Yeah.
You can't build something and abandon it, or you find it difficult to get your rent from your tenants.
That's why you don't actually need to interface. Sometimes the owner don't actually need to interface with their tenant directly because it will result to familiarity.
Exactly.
And as a result of that, now you begin to lead to other court cases, police station, today, tomorrow. You are always calling. And meanwhile, these people, that the owner might not even have that time. And this is where you need to employ the service of a facility manager. Sometimes single owner, we call it caretakers, where people, but when you have massive houses like an estate or like when we have a multi-family properties where you have houses in unit, you know, it will be difficult for a single person to just be managing, be working over 100 houses. Sometimes you have them as plaza, you have them as upstairs, and they are in unit. Can have up to like 100. So we have people, like there's a place where we use as our office, as an office right now. It's not, we don't even know the owner till today. But each time we have any issue, we have property facility manager that will come and say, this person have not placed also charges. They need to seal this place. They put a notice and all of those things. You know, it makes it easy for you. And
blessing.
Me, I was even shocked. What I want to say is that the house I'm living, our house in Kano, it's owned by an Igbo man. Initially, the man came as a landlord, had meeting with everybody. After 1 year, we saw one people brought some letters and said they are facility management, that they want managing the house. Do you know what those people do? Before the end of the year, they will pay the landlord all the money.
Wow.
They'll settle the landlord. Then
people
they will not handle us. before like 1 month to your rent getting expired, they'll just bring notice. So you're paying to them directly. That is what, and this man, I'm telling you, he not go to school though, sorry to say, he's an illiterate, but you know, he saw that. He saw that vision of inviting those people to take care of his property.
Retirement benefit, that's what we call it.
I'm telling you, I was shocked. When you brought about this, I just remembered that this one is even in my house.
Let's talk about location. You know, location have a very vital role to play in real estate investments. So what location do you think, as an upcoming investor, what location should they look out for?
Okay, we have 5 minutes to go. So let me talk
let me talk
one
about
minute,
location.
Nice one.
When choosing locations, you have to look out for some areas. Like areas that are upcoming. Let's see Karachi now.
Good.
Karachi is an upcoming area. And we all
especially
know,
with this Wike.
Especially with what Wike is doing now. He's already leaking a road from Apo
to Karachi. Wow.
And he has been there more than 5 times. Let's just imagine that. So we should look out for Karachi.
I think another
places
thing,
like Idu as well. And so
another thing I think you should look at when choosing location, you have to know the purpose to which you're buying your land for. Is it for commercial purpose, residential, agriculture, you know? And there are certain factors too you need. Because of time, I don't want to start breaking that. But just have it in mind. 1, are you buying this land for residential purpose? Are you buying it for commercial? Is it agricultural? And lastly, I think you also need to check your financial ability. You don't need to have 10 million and feel that, I need Metama. It won't work. No magic.
Like for instance, let's use Gwagwalada as a case study now, as it is as of today. As of 2009, I remember I wrote Pursue Me in that area. So that was when they even moved their permanent site to where we call Ido Saki That's where it is now. That's the name of that place.
Okay.
It's called Idosaki. As of then, Gwagwalada was booming. People were trooping, sorting after that place. Because why? It's used for residential house for what? For student. Where student rent and all of that. But guess what? What's happening now? Now that they have moved the permanent site now from Gwagwalada now to this Idosaki, that place, I had a review by some of the students where they said that they were renting house before in that area before. That's some of the residents in that area. The house price in that area was like 20,000 naira for a normal room. But say now it's between 40 to 45,000 naira. It's as a result of that school, that permanent site that came to that place. So you can see that location sometimes, the kind of things that you want to have a way to increase demand of what.
So I think making a deliberate research on the location that will come up and appreciate in upcoming time is very important.
Okay. Before we round up, let me just say a little bit about Kingsview because it's over. So by the grace of
okay. So I know you just started your company last year, and I'm very surprised. I can see your signboard everywhere. Everybody's talking about real-time bricks. Please tell us what inspired you and what have you been putting in place.
That can be everywhere. They let me rest. They just give me flyer.
Okay. Real-time bricks started last year. Actually, it's just barely a year now.
Wow.
And what inspired me was that I tell people I learn from the rise and fall of men. Because every day people rise and every day people fall. And I'm a registered surveyor by the grace of God. I'm getting very close to 10 years.
Wow.
As a practicing surveyor. But I've been working since I graduated anyway, but I got my seal getting to 10 years now.
Oh no.
So now I have done a lot of estates for people in Abuja. I knew when they started selling, and in the process of we doing the survey and everything, I know what the prices went high to. Now I have worked because I tell people I have different mentors that I look at because I love mentorship. Okay. So now I studied certain people that are doing very well in different fields. Some people are very, very good in the social media aspects of the real estate. Some people are very, very good in the marketing aspect of the real estate. Some people are very good in the construction part of the real estate. Some people are very good in the lifestyle of how their real estate looks like. Now, some people are very good in educating and upgrading their staff in their real estate companies. I decided to pick these people one after the other. I took time to study them, watch them on YouTube, go do research about them. And I've watched some people that are falling because of some things they are not doing. There are some real estate companies, you buy land from them, they don't show you your plot, you finish paying, they will not even allow you to build until you are very, very sure that you have certain amount of your money to build. They begin to tax. This year, they bring this tax for you to pay, this fee, that fee.
That's true.
Initially, they are doing very well because they have made so much name for themselves, but they begin to go down because people are beginning to talk about them. Now, I decided to say, okay, I've looked at all this together and I said, wow. I'm going to pick from this, pick the best from the best and join it together.
A man full of wisdom.
I brought this together and I said, Real-Time Bricks is the name of the company.
Wow.
It has started and it's going high.
Wow.
It's going to be everywhere. I pass and I see our billboards and I'm happy. And not just that, I'm happy that people believe in us and they're buying and we're selling.
The thing is, if we continue, we're not going to leave this place because I myself have learned a lot. This podcast is educating and it's fun. But we have to end this podcast right now. Thank you
Before
very much.
we go, please, we are selling Kingsview Estate. Please come and buy. Kingsview Estate is real. And trust me, there are certain things we want to do. The recreational center, it's going to draw wealth to that place. If you buy a land in Kingsview Estate, it's a legacy you're leaving for yourself, for your family, for your generation to come. Some people are billionaires today. They're wealthy today because of some things their great-parents did for them. Now, number two, we have some parts of the estates, industrial, commercial, recreational, and educational part of Kingsview Estate. Exactly. It's quite a big estate. The road networks we're done, street lights, fence, gatehouse security, and watchtowers. But most importantly, our government title documents. Everybody in Real-Time Bricks is a landlord. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for listening to us. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe because we're bringing The next one you're going to watch is going to be a banger. Thank you so much. Have a nice day.
Bye.
Thank you.